Shalom Aleichem and a good tavach. We're here in the weekly Dvar Malchus shir together with all the participants, and we find ourselves here in the home of the Kaplan family, who was good enough to lend their home to be the venue for tonight's fundraiser. It's the culmination of the Yemei Hashlama, the days that we're able to fill in, bring the sacrifices in the times of the Beis Hamikdash and for the holiday of Shavuos. And it's the 30 days before the holiday of Yud Beis Yud Gimel Tammuz, the day of the liberation of the previous Lubavitcher Rebbe, Rabbi Yosef Yitzchak Schneerson. We mentioned earlier that it's also the birthday of one of our participants, of Anshel Baxenbaum, and it's also the week Tesvav is the day that the Frierdiker Rebbe, the previous Rebbe, was arrested, and the Rebbe says that every single yerida, every single descent is for the purpose of ascent, and with no comparison to the state that we were beforehand. And since this is so, the greatest power and the greatest energy for the elevation of the Jew or the entire Jewish nation, whatever challenge it might be, is actually in a hidden and concealed manner in the descent, the original descent. And here, this is the original descent when the Frierdiker Rebbe was arrested and taken to jail, and therefore it's a day that we actually, in de facto, in Lachar Maisa, we have a day of celebration. In addition to all the other days of celebration, Gimel Tammuz, the Rebbe says, it was the day that the Frierdiker Rebbe was let out of jail proper and sent to a city of refuge, and then Yud Beis Yud Gimel Tammuz, where he was totally liberated from the sentence that he received. So Mazel Tov, and in honor of all these simchas, we'll have a nigun simcha, at least one nigun simcha before we start the Dvar Malchus, a nigun of Mashiach and Geula. Geula, 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 Geula. Ani mami be'emuna shlemo be'viasa Moshiach. Ani mami be'emuna shlemo be'viasa Moshiach. Ani mami Geula, 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 Moshiach. Geula, 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 Moshiach ba. No, and how can we have a Geula song without Melech HaMoshiach Le'olam Vo'ed Yechi Adonenu Mereinu V'Rabbeinu Melech HaMoshiach Le'olam Vo'ed Aya Aylada Aylada Hey Aya Aylada 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 Adonenu Mereinu V'Rabbeinu Melech HaMoshiach Le'olam Vo'ed Yechi Adonenu Mereinu V'Rabbeinu Melech HaMoshiach Le'olam Vo'ed. No, Yishar Koach to our drummer. Remind me your full name. Chaim family. Yishar Koach to our drummer Chaim Shustin, who has a lot of experience from his family, his father, and Baruch Hashem, we have the opportunity and the simcha of having him as our drummer here, our local house drummer. Baruch Hashem. Yishar Koach. We'll start with the Dvar Malchus. In the hard copy, we're on page 89. Ois Hey, letter Hey in the
Thank you for
Shakach. In the PDF file, we're on page 5. Page 5, Ois Hey. Kol Tuv. Mizeh, the Rebbe says as follows. And this is, we're still on the Sicha from Chov Vav Nisan. Chov Vav Nisan, according to the order that we're studying. From here we have the reply to the Jews that ask, standing in the year of I will show them wonders. The Rebbe says, where do we see miracles? Where do we see wonders? And to the extent that we're talking about the examples to these miracles and wonders at the times of the Exodus from Egypt and the holiday of Purim. The Rebbe comes and answers, one only has to open one's eyes and to gaze upon the recent happenings in the world, in the other part of the world. The Rebbe is in Brooklyn. The Rebbe is all over the world, but the Rebbe sits in Brooklyn, and with the other part of the world, we're talking about the Gulf War. The Rebbe says, as was published in the newspapers. You don't have to hear it from me, the Rebbe says. It was already published in the newspapers, the miracles and the wonders. We see on a revealed basis, literally revealed basis, that occurred and are occurring miracles and wonders, as exemplified in the miracles at the Exodus from Egypt, for the benefit of the children of Israel and for the benefit of the entire world. Beginning with he who has smitten the Egyptians with their firstborn, the firstborn, or the cream of the crop of the nations of the world, atzmam, themselves, bitlu es hakoyach ve'ashlita shel tzir haYehudim. They nullified the power and the control of the evil tyrant that tyrannized the Jewish nation, the tzir and the Jews all over the world, the tzir neged anoshim acherim, and he was a tyrant that tyrannized other people as well. Koilo lo Yehudim. This including non-Jews, the Rebbe stresses. V'hu machaziris mashalokach, and he returns that which he took. U'mishalem esahezekes, and he pays for all the damages. Koilel gam hadvarim hagenuzim sheichbiyam. This including those hidden matters that he had hidden. V'yeser mizeh, and furthermore, nisim elu misrachashim b'yemei hashana sheksurim b'miyuchad im nisim livnei Yisrael. These miracles, the Rebbe says, are occurring in the days of the year that are that is connected specifically with miracles of the children of Israel. Yemei HaPurim, the days of Purim. That in them, in the days of Purim, was the miracle and the victory and the redemption of the children of Israel. V'hamapola the Haman harasha, and the downfall of Haman the wicked. Tzer haYehudim, the tyrant of the Jews, b'malchus Paras u'Madai, in the kingdom of Paras and Madai, Persia and Midian. V'chen mismach geula legeula, and also, as the Rebbe quotes from the Talmud, that we put aside, that we put side by side one geula, one redemption to the next redemption. Yemei Chodesh Nisan v'Yemei Pesach, the days of the month of Nisan, the Hebrew month of Nisan, and the days of the holiday of Passover, Geulas Yisrael miMitzrayim, redemption of the Jewish nation from Egypt, Uvaifin de nisim v'niflois, and in a manner of miracles and wonders. Ve'adarabba, and how much more so, the Rebbe says, Nes Purim haya nes melubash b'darchei hateva. The miracle of Purim was a miracle that was engarmed in the channels of nature. Kach sherak al yidei hakishur shel ha'aschola, so that only through the connection of the beginning, the Malchus Achashverosh, of the kingdom of Achashverosh, King Achashverosh, in Bishnas Sholosh L'Molchei, with the third year of his kingship, Ve'im Bishnas Sheva L'Malchei, and with the seventh year of his kingship, the same king Achashverosh, Ve'im Chodesh Nisan, and with the Hebrew month of Nisan, Bishnas Shtemesrei, in the 12th year of his kingship, LeMalchusei, Usudes Esther, and the feasts that Esther held, LeAchashverosh veHaman v'chulu, for Achashverosh and Haman, etc. Ve'esim mikol ze hemshech ve'inyan echad, and we make from all this one continuity, one continuation, and one concept. And we contemplate in this. Nikar b'zeh yad Hashem. It is clear that we see the hand of Hashem. Masha'ein ken b'ma'iro is disman zeh. This as opposed to the occurrences of this time and age. Nisrach Hashem nisim v'niflois gluyim. The miracles and the wonders that are occurring now, the Rebbe says, are revealed miracles and wonders. By far more than the miracles in the time of Purim and Pesach. Gluyim lo yirak livnei Yisrael, revealed not only to the children of Israel, elagam lu masailam, but also to the nations of the world. The nisim elu misrach Hashem, and these miracles are occurring, ka'amur, as we mentioned before, b'chodesh Nisan, in the month of Nisan, kach shemiyayim liyayim, so as to say that from day to day, b'chodesh Nisan atzmai, in the month of Nisan itself, neisofim inyanim chadoshim, there are new matters, new miracles that are being added. B'kesher im ha'achloto de b'choreihem, in regard to the resolution of the bechoreim, of the firstborn, the choice of the nations of the world by united nations. The Rebbe says it in Yiddish, united nations, uve'askoma shel Saddam, and with the agreement of that tyrant Saddam Hussein, kfi shehaya bayomim elu, as it has already occurred in these days. Eile, besiyum chodesh Nisan, at the end of the month of Nisan, chodesh hageula, which is the month of redemption, umetzapim lehemshich bechivun zeh, and we are awaiting a continuation in this direction. We are awaiting a continuation in this direction, says the Rebbe. Hayoim balayla, this evening, oy machar, or tomorrow, Machartayim v'chulu, or the day after tomorrow, etc. This is something that is something that made history, and we're going through history, but we're living history again. We're seeing history now, the miracles and the wonders opposite our eyes. We're able to go in to see these miracles and wonders. We just, as the Rebbe says, have to open our eyes. Weiter. Vov. Inyan neisaf beha'ma'irois bisman ha'achrein. Another matter that has to do with the occurrences, the recent occurrences, shereim b'hem nisim v'niflois, in which we see miracles and wonders, hu ha'yitzia shel ribu Yehudim me'amedina hahi, is the exodus of a great amount of Jews from that nation, from that country. The Rebbe doesn't call the country, doesn't call Russia by its name, because it's as you pronounce it in Hebrew, Russia is Rasha, is wicked, and we are supposed to distance ourselves from the wicked, not even to mention their name and they should and their name should rot, not even mention their name on our lips. Shehi bedugmas Yetzias Mitzrayim, and this great exodus from that nation is exemplified in the original Yetzias Mitzrayim, the exodus from Egypt, from Mitzrayim. La'achari ribui shonim shel hanhoga, after a great amount of years of leadership, be'ofen acher legamrei, in a totally different manner, sheYehudim lo yachlu latzeis misham, that Jews were not able to leave that country. Harei dafka b'shana zu, we see specifically in this year, uvashana shelifanea, and in the year before it, pascha medina zeh es she'areh l'shachar Yehudim, that country opened its gates in order to free Jews, linsar le'eretz hakodesh, to travel to the Holy Land, to Eretz Yisrael. Va'afilu im me'ezeh siba shetiyah, and even if because of some reason or another, his'akev chelik mehem b'medinas acheres lefi shah, a partial amount of these people that were freed are detained or waiting in other countries. For the meantime, B'artzos Habris, Australia, in the United States, or in Australia, and the similar, Bekorovhem Yagiu. The Rebbe says that soon they will arrive. Berotzen Sholem u'mitach simcha v'tuv levav, with a complete desire, and with happiness and joy of the heart, le'eretz hakodesh, to the Holy Land, yachad im mishpachoseim, together with their families. Ve'ad she'amedina atzma mesayas lehem lotzes, to the extent that the country itself gives them assistance in going out. That country, the country that we mentioned before, Russia, is assisting the Jews to go out of the country. As we see an example in the Exodus from Egypt, what was the goal? The goal of going out of Egypt was to arrive and to enter the Holy Land. Like it states in the Chumash, that I will bring you to the land. Hashem says to the Jewish nation through Moshe Rabbeinu. This also includes the assistance of those things that were hidden and that belonged to the Egyptians, as mentioned above, Seifim Dalet Hey, in the letters Dalet and Hey, that we take advantage also of this, to the extent that part of this, and also from other funds from other countries, they reach the children of Israel. There are funds, there are budgets that are reaching the Jewish nation from that country and from other countries around the world. Our brethren, the children of Israel, that have left just now from that country, and they are going out now. B'yitzias Mitzrayim, in the Exodus from Egypt, in inverted commas, the Rebbe says, Mi Mitzrayim, from Egypt, Milshon Mitzrayim Ugvulim, Mitzorim Ugvulim. The word Mitzrayim comes from the root words of Mitzorim, straits, Ugvulim, and boundaries. Da Medina Hahi, of that country, that didn't allow them 70 years under their regime, they didn't allow Jews, maybe less than 70 years, but didn't allow Jews to go out of that country. Bedugmas kfi shahaya b'yetzias Mitzrayim, and this is in an example of as it was in the Exodus from Egypt, b'pam rishona, the first time that we had our Exodus from exile, shevayinatzlu es Mitzrayim, that they took advantage of Egypt, like it states there in the Chumash. Ad she'af ma shelo hayu shoyalim, to the extent that even that which the Jews did not ask for, they did not request, hayu noisnim lehem, the Egyptians would give them. They would say, here, take, just get out of here, leave, go out of Egypt. V'gam es hadvarim hagnuzim. And this also included those things that were hidden, that were concealed, that the Egyptians didn't want initially to go and to give. Why would they hide it otherwise? It was hidden treasures. These things were also given in order for the Jews to be assisted to go out of Golos. The Cain ti elanu, so should also be for us, that we should have, like it says, v'kaspam v'zahavam itam. Also in this last revelation of Geula, we'll have also all the wealth and riches that Hashem has promised us, and it should be on a good and revealed basis with the revelation of the Rebbe Shlitah Melech HaMashiach. Teichef umyad mamesh mamesh mamesh. Yichi Adonenu Moreinu v'Rabbeinu HaMelech HaMashiach Chai v'Kayim Le'olam Voed. Amen.